Hey everybody, thanks for joining White Dog Outdoors. We're out on a small stream again today. It's the end of August 31st. Temperatures are dropping. I just temped this water. It's 59 degrees, so we are certainly good to fish. But I'm up in the Adirondacks today, which you can tell because of the color of the water. You get this really orange, dark, tannic water up here in the Adirondacks. So my goal lately has been to take you guys along with me. I do a lot of how-to videos where I tell you guys, you know, how to do certain things and how to be able to fish, but until you are on the water or you see somebody on the water, it's hard to put those things together sometimes. So a lot of my videos lately have been focused on learning to read water and learning to figure out where the fish are going to be, and that's going to be my goal today. Instead of just fishing and putting music to it, it's going to be more of an educational thing where I'm going to show you guys where I think we're going to catch fish and then hopefully where we're going to catch fish. As always, my setup for today is my JP Ross mirror. It's a 7-foot glass rod. I find it to be perfect. It's a 7-foot 3 weight. Yeah, it's a 7-foot 3 weight. This is my absolute favorite rod for out on these brook trout streams. If you guys are interested in small stream rods, I would highly recommend go check out JP Ross. Tell him White Dog sent you. But anyway, let's hit the stream and have some fun today. All right, so as we look at this stream today, it's actually significantly lower than what I'm used to fishing it at. And I guess I didn't realize that they hadn't had that much rain up here, but it is low. So if I'm in low conditions, the fish can really be anywhere, but I'm gonna be looking for, again, anything that's got any extra depth, anything that's got any specific edge of a rock or anything like that, that's gonna be able to hold fish. Because the water conditions are low, I'm probably gonna try a lot of different places, hoping that my better fish are probably going to be concentrated in some bigger spots, but we'll try that out today. The basics are, I'm looking for areas that have cover. I'm looking for areas that have current. So the fish needs to be protected and the fish needs to be able to have food coming down to him pretty easily. And those are going to make the ideal spots. We're just going to be flicking flies in a lot of places. We're not going to spend a lot of time. Oh, I see a good hole up above. We're gonna work our way up to that. We always work our way upstream. Now, this is a good looking spot. I would bet you that there's gonna be something in here. I see depth. Oh yeah, I see good depth. I see current, and I see a lot of rocks with edges. Now, I've got a little bit of a tricky cast to get in here, so I'm gonna try to lay it up at the head. Come on, baby. Slower than I thought. There we go. Oh, there was a fish. I saw him flip over too. Some of these streams that I fish are so unpressured that a lot of times the fish will come back 2-3 times even after being hooked. The last time I fished this, we had a couple of fish that were hooked for a while and they still came back and hit again afterwards. It does not look like that's going to be the case today, at least in this particular stretch. All right, we're going to keep moving. You know, I've talked about in the past that I don't spend a whole lot of time fishing any particular spot because I'm trying to cover water and find where fish are. And typically those fish are going to hit pretty quickly. Oh, this is a beautiful spot. It's a little bit slow. But there's a lot of depth in here. So it's a little bit flatter. I'm going to get down. I'm going to crouch down and hide my profile a little bit. I'm going to look behind me to see what I have to cast. I've got a good area to cast. I'm going to start toward the tail of the pool. I think my best spots are going to be up where that bubble line comes in, but I'm going to start in the tail of the pool just so I don't burn any water. You never know, fish could be hiding in these rocks just before the tail of the pool, and I often find that. Okay, I'm gonna sneak up a little bit more. Right in there, baby. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a good one. Good fish, dude. Good. Oh, look at the colors, baby. Look at the colors. Oh, baby. Wow. That is a pretty freaking fish, man. Woo. You know these fish are healthy and active, man. They don't settle down after a fight. Oh, wow. They want to keep you in the water to keep you healthy, but like, it makes it a little harder to grab you. There we go, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. I've caught 2 fish so far, and both of them have been really good size, so this could be a really great day. We're gonna try a little bit more in this pool because I've caught 1, but you'll always keep going until you see if there's any more. All right, we're gonna move up, but 2 really good brook trout so far. All right, this doesn't look like much, but it's deep and there's current. So we're gonna drift that right through here. I'm looking for anything that's got rock edges, current. Oh, there's a good, God dang. What the heck today, man? This is gonna be a good day, guys. Like, I'm not even to the good water yet. I'm not even to the good water yet. Another 3 and 5, another 8-incher. And super energetic, which is what I love to see. Fly is out. All right, we're gonna let you go, buddy. We'll do a really quick look. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Man, right in these deep little edges, right in here. Doesn't take much, especially in low water conditions. They're just looking for anything that's gonna be able to hide the fish, bring food to it, stay safe. It's like a buffet coming right down to them. I'm kind of skipping through a little bit of water right now just because I want to get away from the road. Just don't want people to look up and see somebody up in here. My only concern is because this is accessible and you can see it from the road, is that somebody would have come up here. So down below, where I know a lot of people don't go, I caught a bunch of fish right off the bat. I'm in some great looking water and I'm not seeing anything as soon as I got close to that bridge. Tell you, I catch more trees than I do fish. That is a true statement. Oh, that's so freaking perfect, man. Come on, there we go. Okay, good. I'm glad. I was worried that there weren't going to be as many fish up here because somebody had come through, but it does not look to be that way. Oh, no, 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 no. I see blood. That's not okay. That's why barbless hooks are super, super important. He ate it so hardcore that it went down a little bit deep. I did see a little bit of blood. I can guarantee you if I didn't have a barbless hook on that fish would be floating upside down right now. All right, we caught him right in the back, not in the best spot that I thought, but it was deep and there's still a little bit of current. I still think my best spot is up further. All right, I'm gonna dry my fly off a little bit. I want to make sure it floats nice and high like a grasshopper would. Okay, this is just my double foam. Wasn't meant to be a hopper, but it really ends up being a hopper. It's got some legs on it. It's got double foam layers. It's got a really small hook. A lot of people have asked me to do this fly tying video. I promise I will, guys. It just hasn't made it to the top of my list yet, but I promise I will. So the one fish I did catch, you can see that rock right here. It's a steep drop right off of it, and there's a deep area in there, so it's a really good place for him to hide. And there is still current, but I really thought, yeah, you know what? It's a little shallower and it drops off deep here. It still looks so fantastic, though. Right there. Oh, yeah! I missed them. Is he gonna come back? I thought there would be one up in there. I think he was smaller though. He more or less splatted and missed. So far they don't seem to be coming back for a second swipe, which is more indicative of pressured fish than of fish who haven't seen anybody. Oh, he did come back. I just had to get the right drift. Where are you? Hey, you're a brookie. You looked awfully silver to me. Wow. The other part is they are not mistaking this. When they eat, man, they freaking eat. Holy cow. This is why barbless is so important. That fish would have been dead if it wasn't for barbless. No doubt that fish would have been dead. That little fish engulfed that entire fly. These are not fish that are being shy about eating whatsoever. Not at all. They are engulfing the fly. When you're on pressured streams, they're gonna smack it a lot. They're gonna play with it. They're not gonna like eat it like this. When fish are eating it like that, where it's really down right in their mouth, they're eating to eat, man. They're not testing things out. These are unpressured fish. So in getting a closer look at this hole, my deepest spot is right through here, and that's where I caught my first fish. I do see a deep plunge in there. There's some shallower rocks, but right up in that fast water, boom, that's where I got my second fish. Oh, everything is so low. Ugh. I know I'm coming up on a flatter section of river here. I might have to push through this for a while to get to some better stuff. I'm starting to lose confidence on this stretch here. The problem with a small stream like this is if anybody's been here in the last few days, it's not going to fish well. And I caught a bunch down in the lower stretch before I hit the bridge. I've maybe caught one since then, maybe two. And I just honestly think somebody has probably been through here. And so my normal spots that would be producing aren't producing. So I think those fish have been hit. But we're going to keep going. It's the only thing you can do. This is a fantastic looking spot again. And I'm just starting to lose confidence that I'm going to find fish in them. But when that happens, you just got to keep going. Right through there, man. It's so freaking where they should be. Finally, back into a fish in a likely spot. It's been a while. Man, why are they so few and far between this time? When they weren't like that earlier. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad you came up to play because it's been a long time. Man. The other thing that I'm watching today is where I'm catching fish. Sometimes you'll catch them in little shallow things like this, and there could be some small fish holding in those areas. Today, I'm not seeing that. I am not seeing those small areas, those shallower, whoa, there's a deep spot. Those areas, they're just not holding fish. It's taking depth and current every single time for me to find a fish. So like these shallow areas are becoming not even worth me throwing a fly in, and it might just be about covering more water and finding deeper stuff. Maybe my expectations are just too high, because honestly, I've connected with a good number of fish, and I've connected with some nice fish. So, you know, I really shouldn't be down on this trip. It's just, I've had experiences here that have done so much better. God, that looks so good right there. All right, so I feel better about this pool. It's not super deep, but it's got a great current. It's like the perfect current speed coming through this. I'm just hoping to God somebody's gonna be around finally. There we go. Golly. All right, yeah, it just felt right, you know, with the current and just a better area to hold. That's the first fish I've seen in a long time. Oh my God, see these fish, when they take, they are taking. Oh my goodness. Every single one of these fish is eating it, like hardcore. Maybe this summer was harder. I don't know, man. Maybe it was harder. I want to get this fly out of here without hurting him, especially in a year like this where it seems to be a little trickier. There we go. Come on, baby. Okay, sorry about that. God, they just take it so far down. All right, we're gonna let this guy go. Oh, so beautiful. And there you go. He's good. He went right off into there. Again, man, barbless hooks. This is not a barbless hook. This is a hook with a barb, but I have pinched all of those barbs to make it barbless. This spot just felt, it's the right speed current. Like, it's just almost ideal. Like, I like that speed, and it's nice and wide, there's depth in it. And so even though I haven't been real happy here with, I'm not really catching much, or not as often as I would normally, maybe it's a function of low water, and maybe it's just finding the right water that these fish are going to be in. I'm also not finding more than one fish per spot, whereas last time I was here we were. But you know, we had some really good rains the last couple of years, and maybe this summer we just didn't up here. I thought we did. Whoa, I popped him out of the water. He was little. I mean, that's a good sign though. At least when you're fishing a small area, even if you're getting small fish, it means that they're around. And so far I haven't had that much. When I'm fishing this little water, that's where you expect to find the small fish holding. I just haven't found that a lot today. I have not seen evidence of small fish in here. And small fish, yeah, you might think you want the big fish, but small fish is your evidence of good reproduction, right? That's the next generation of 10 inchers. There we go. Sorry, buddy. So like I said, some of these small spots should be producing small fish like this. So, good sign. Good sign to find small fish. That little spot, those are one of those little curlicues that I talk about. Those little curlicues can produce. That one's a really small one, but it just produced at least a small fly or small fish. So I'm happy with that. Maybe, just maybe, we're gonna get into some better stuff here. There we go. That was a cool one. Not big, but a cool one. Oh, get out of that twig. Oh my gosh, again, these fish are eating it. My goodness. Skinny little guy, long but skinny. Again, without a barbless hook, I think that fish is dead. That one was not an entirely likely spot, honestly. The current was awfully slow there. He hit right out of here, but that current is awfully slow. I honestly didn't think I would catch one there. But I'm starting to get into a few more, so maybe that's a good sign. I definitely have hit more elevation change again. So maybe this is just a better area for them to hold during the summer months. Maybe they didn't like the flatter section. Haha! Okay, I'm starting to see a few more fish. That is a good sign. Even in water this small, I have found a few more fish. Even if they're small, that's okay. It's sign of life. Right through there. Yep. All right, we're finding fish again. For sure, dude. The likely spots are producing again. So, very, very curious. And again, every single fish is devouring this fly. They're little, but they're all devouring it. And you notice I don't miss too many fish on this fly. It's because it has a very small hook in the back, a very small hook. I use a very specific hook when I tie these so that I don't miss fish here. So now that we're back into fish, I should probably start talking a little bit more about where I'm finding fish. So number one, I think I either wasn't finding fish for a while because either somebody has been up through here and maybe I've gotten beyond where they are, or it's just that it was a flatter section and during this summer that was hot, maybe they just didn't do well in those areas and they're going to focus on areas that have more oxygen, right? The temperatures have just recently cooled off. That could be a part of it. And so now that I'm into, you know, more elevation change, plunge pools, oxygen in the water, that might be a reason that I'm finding more fish again. So I don't know. Those are two likely scenarios. In terms of where this fish hit, you know, we got a couple of currents coming in. There's a deeper section in here. Entirely likely areas. I just plop my fly into here, let it come down, and he hit right where the two currents merge, and there's depth. I can't get a fly up into there very easily. This is going to be incredibly difficult. Incredibly difficult. I don't know how I'm going to get a fly up into here. There's too much low-hanging stuff everywhere. Oh yeah, I already caught it. Awesome. So I'd like to hit that current coming in. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to bow and arrow up in there. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh! Okay, that was fun. Like I've said in the past, I typically want places with current. This has so much, but that if there's something special, there could be fish hanging in an area without current. And what's special about this, number one, is the depth. And number two, see ya, bud. And number two is that root ball coming down. So that is a significant amount of cover. Significant amount of cover. It's an okay fish. I'll take it. Easy, bro. Calm down. Look at you. And again, man, when they eat it, they are eating it. I mean, eating it. It's still weird to me, though, that the big spots are not producing, but little spots like this are. Usually when that's the case, I think it's somebody's been through here and all the big spots are cleaned out and they don't fish the little spots as much. And so you catch fish out of the little less likely spots that are still good. But, you know, the big spots, the best spots just have not been producing. And in my experience, that's because somebody else has been through here. So it's getting slow now. As I recall, it's probably slow and shallow. Super pretty, but not great holding water. Told you I'd be falling today. At least that. Oh, talk about a cluster sometimes, man. You know, everybody thinks because we put stuff on YouTube that it all goes nice and smooth and everything. That is furthest from the truth. It all happens to us too, man. Totally. All right. This one's worth plopping a fly into. There we go, right in there. Come on. Oh, that's a decent sized one. My fly actually went under. My fly, oh, and he's off. Quick release. My fly went under from the current and he took it when it was under. So that's a quick release, but he came right here, which, you know, you get those bubble lines coming in, you get that current, you get some depth to it, get some rocks for them to hide under. Those end up being really good places, which is, I skipped a bunch of water, but I saw that and I was like, all right, I'm gonna throw a fly into it. All right, let's try the left side. See if we can find something other than something too small to eat it. Yep, too small to eat it. Still kind of fun. Oh, that one looked better. There we go. Oh, jeepers. Sorry, saved you. Are you a trout or a chub? You're a chub. I kind of wondered if you were a chub because you weren't really taking them. So that's the other thing. Sometimes in slower water, in warmer conditions, now this water's not cold warm anymore, it's 59 degrees, but we're just coming off summer. So a lot of times in summer, this water will get a little warmer, and if there's not oxygen from all of the falls and plunge pools, the fish don't like it. And so I've found definitely in warmer or lower oxygen conditions, in the slower water, I'll find chubs, but not as many brook trout. It's okay for them to share the water, but you'll notice sometimes that it's mostly chubs in the slow water, and that's usually because the oxygen's a little bit lower and it's not as comfortable for the brook trout. Given that we're just coming off the time of year where it's been warmer, fish haven't had a chance to reposition. Usually the bigger fish are going to be in the better spots. That one might be a brookie. Nope, it's a chubby chub. All right, I think we're going to call it quits for today. This creek in particular is cool because I feel like you walk through multiple worlds, and you guys can see right now I'm out on a meadow now, and I've never really fished the meadow, but based on what I was seeing today, you know, we get into those flatter sections that really wasn't holding any kind of trout. If anything, it was just holding chubs. So you know, I think the trout, because of low oxygen conditions from the summer, are more concentrated in those areas that have the more plunging pools and stuff like that. So I had to work a lot harder today than I expected, to be completely honest. I really thought, based on the way that it started, that we were going to have a banner day like I have in the past when it started that way. But you know, last year when I was here, it was higher water conditions. This year it was lower water conditions. So either somebody's been up here recently, or the lower water conditions have just really affected things. So bottom line, I just had to work a lot harder, had to cover a lot of ground. It's only the second time I've ever been up this far. I would love to explore this meadow at some point, because I've had some really fantastic meadow fishing even this summer, but given that in this particular type of water we haven't been seeing trout in this particular stream, I'm not sure if I would I'm not sure how it would go, but I need to get back down anyway, and I got a bit of a walk back down. So I'm gonna leave you guys here. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video, trying to give you guys little tidbits of information as we fish along, and hopefully you guys can learn some things and help you be more successful out on the water. So anyway, I appreciate you guys joining us, and we will see you guys soon.